Okay, I'm back. Welcome to part two for our week 7 overview. And as I was saying, now we're going to kind of get a little bit more specific as far as responsibilities are concerned. Because remember from our team charter what we read about in Wolf, she said that there are several different ways we can break up the responsibilities of kind of who's doing what. And that's sometimes a little, it's different in a presentation, sometimes collaboratively. It can be somewhat a little bit more challenging when we're talking about now we're talking about a written document. So this will give us a little bit of exercise with that because recall that in presentations also, I don't know, my 3050 classes log, we did quite a bit of the work collaboratively. So there's already some experience there, but now we're kind of taking it to another level with the team charter and the team management documents, kind of preset us up a little bit, right, to work together. And you guys just fantastic job working together too. So this is another way for us to experience collaboration. So now we can think about the layering, right? She's talking about there's this layered approach. There's also a division of responsibilities approach, but go into it with a very specific, already pre-formatted idea. And this is an opportunity for you to do that. Obviously, your project manager is going to be should be your team leader, unless you guys decide, okay, the team leader did so much, for project one. Now, let's give somebody else and perhaps an opportunity. You guys can do that by vote or whatever, or by discussion. It doesn't matter. Then, how we're going to divide the responsibilities up is everybody going to take a section that we just talked about up here, right? These bullet points. Or are you going to do more of the layered thing where everyone's going to kind of start to contribute? Or is one person going to work on, 2 or 3 people work on research, then there's going to be a fourth person who's going to come through and do editing? Play to your strengths, right? As you kind of talked about in your oral briefing, what are you now taking those particular strengths, those qualifications, the things that you talked about, that you learned about each other, right? As collaborators, right? As a team, now you start taking those highlights, right, of those qualifications of what we bring to the project. Now we're going to get a little bit more specific and say, okay, team member A, right, really, really good at this. And so they're going to take this on. Or everyone's going to take a section, and then we're also going to collaboratively edit and proofread it at the end or something. There's no wrong way, okay? But this is where you're going to spell that out just a little bit. And of course, we'll put into writing what are you going to do, some of the team charter information, if you were, some of the accountability aspects of that. Now we're going to have that in writing. So we've kind of got the oral briefing presentation is kind of like a quick snapshot to kind of get the ball rolling. Now we're going to kind of put some things in writing as we move forward with the project. So I think once we wrap our heads around that, yes, there is some overlap, right? That's okay. There are some things from the oral briefing that we've spoken about. And remember, we talked about one of the things about in our presentation is that the audience doesn't have something in writing, right? So we have to be very careful of using a combination of what we have on our slides, how we speak, not giving them too much information all at once, helping our audience follow us, eye contact, pacing, our voice, trying to sound more sincere, but not cocky or confident. So now we're going to take, so let's say we had this very successful presentation, which you all have, right? Now the manager, say your manager says, okay, give me that kind of in writing through a needs assessment and a project plan. So now we're going to, it's like we made it through the presentation phase. Now we're going to go to the next phase, and that is the next. That's what we're doing now. So this is continues our team planning, prepares answering preliminary questions about the project that a manager may or may not have, right? He's heard you talk about it. He's interested, right? He's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I need something kind of in writing in a way. So think about this like project plan step to kind of get the ball. Oh, and this is really still leading up to, right, our quote unquote end project or coup de grace is the actual proposal itself. So as well as proposing solutions. So all right, guys, take it from there. I'll be back with you, of course, and we'll start talking more specifically about some of the details, and especially with audience analysis. I think I got some things I'd like to talk to you about that will help with that, because I think that really helps and make a big difference. All right, guys, do stay safe. Do stay awesome. Bye now.